Don't you just love it when the music does the job for you? That's really cool when it does that. I love that. Anyway, hello, and welcome to another one line of code. I am one lion. Hi, Zoltra Lord. I hope you're having a great day too. If it is the start of your week, I hope it's going fantastically as well. If it's not the start of your week, I hope it is also going even more amazing. But it kind of seems like it is the start of your week. We have been playing around, or not playing around, we have been getting back to the financial management tracking application for our normal streams, Mondays and Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, we will be continuing with our bot work. I am remaking the bot completely, making it open source so that it is done in a way. My blanket is falling off. So that it's done in a way that it's just available, public and stuff. So yeah, what we have been doing, it is exciting. What we have been doing with the financial management tracker is we are, oh, the bot sounds exciting. My bad. Well, hopefully it'll turn out great. Since I already have an existing bot, we're just going to use a lot of the same logic, but I'm hoping to structure it better and maybe apply some new, not new, I guess it's new to me, some things that I have learned since then. So I guess lessons learned since creating the bot the first time. But hi, Disco. So what we're doing with the financial management tracking application, however, is redesigning it. We're taking on the role of being a new developer coming into a project where this company already has this existing website. They want it to be better. And so they want us to redesign it and make it amazing for them. So the original application, the original UI looks like this. And I'm not super thrilled with it, but this is what we came up with when we were playing the role of a developer that needed to, I'm going to say it this way because I'm cheating. As a developer that needed to create a website for a company really fast and rush through all the things and not make great decisions, even though I really did try, but I'm not great at design. So we are definitely taking our time with this now. We're taking a step back and we are going to make this right. This is not the actual design for the site. I threw this together so that we could have some previews to what sections might look like, to yeah, I said that right. What sections might look like, what the color scheme together might look like. I can already tell, as I said before, that I'm not liking the cards with these buttons on them. I don't know what it is about this section, if it's the cards themselves or if it is the background for the section or if it's the buttons, but there's something that's off about this and we're going to fix that. We're going to make it better. We're going to make it much better. I guess I can update the text on all of these though. Learn more. Learn more. Learn less. Okay. So anyway, like I said, this is just giving us a hint. This is not going to be the landing page, but we are going to start with redesigning the landing page. And it's going to be a wow and stuff. So says I. Do you believe me? I keep looking down at my Sagetti laptop and I see emails that are waiting for me that I've been ignoring because I've been looking at my client laptop, which is off to that side over there. Okay. Links. I don't have any links that are on here. So I am going to put a few links down here so that we know what link text looks like. I might also just throw a couple of links in some of these text thingies. Yeah, just so we know what inline links look like as well. So let's start down here though. This all should be inside of a group. Excuse me. What is going on, Big Gamey? The best bits of the internet have arrived. I'm sure you all already know Bit Gamey. I rate him often because I just love shout out. I just love hanging out with Bit Gamey. I love being on his stream. He gives off some great energy. Awesome person to be around. So check him out. He is a game developer working on a game called Homeward Hound, and it is inspired by Life of Pi. I mean, Dog's Life, among other things, but yeah, a game about a dog who gets separated from his people and then has to make his way back to them, encounters various other things. Life of Pi would be a great game. That is definitely an adventure. Oh man. But yes, happy Monday to you. Searches the asset store for an animated tiger. Richard Walker? Richard Parker. Yeah. No, Richard Parker. Anyway. Amazing movie. If you haven't seen Life of Pi, I strongly recommend it. It's great. So yeah. So I wanted to create some links, but first I needed to put these things together. I just have no idea where this section, oh, the section is the component. Okay, sample is what I needed. Okay. Actually, section needs to go somewhere down here with the rest of the components. And I have a components group. Great. Not everything is in the components group. That's fine though, as long as they're all together. So this stuff here, you are the logo, footer logo. You guys are just logos in general. So I will group you together. Logos. And then we'll probably end up turning those into components. But for now, we won't. We will group these together as footer. And put it at the bottom of sample. Or the top, whatever. You know, same thing. We put it on top because we want it to be the foreground, topmost thing. Okay, so inside of here, we'll have some social media links. Will we have social media links though? For a financial tracking application, you don't really put social, well, I don't know. Like, fast food restaurants have social media, and that's a professional thing. Banks? Do banks have social media on their site? on their public facing sites. Maybe. Let's try Bank of America. Do you guys do socials? Social? Not now. Thank you, though. What do you guys have in your footer? They do. Connect with us on social media. Interesting. Okay, so maybe we can take some inspiration from this. Instead of putting the word copyright, we'll just use the copyright symbol, which I believe Ducasoft was the one that gave us the code for. Oh, and Zoltra Lord asked, what tool are you using for the UI modeling? I'm sorry. This is Figma. And I downloaded the desktop app so that I can have as many Figma tabs open without getting them confused with the browser tabs. But I'm definitely really enjoying using Figma. I do want to develop my skills with it and get better at it. I know a few things now that are making it a little bit easier, but I'm still really struggling with how to group things together. Like, I'm approaching it from a Blazor developer standpoint, where I know I can make a card component. And then in that card component, I typically have things like a header component, even though this is just a header section within that the card. So you can see that it's a frame that pretty much represents a div in HTML. My hands are frozen. Yeah, I don't like how square these buttons are. Is that what it is? I think maybe my buttons are just too square. So I think maybe... Oh, I don't want to create another variant. Because, like, I do like the option of having shallower corners, but it would be nice if I had a couple options for the corners. But that would be really hard to do as a property, because then I essentially have all of these buttons duplicated with a different corner radius. And I just want that. Oh, something about variables is coming to mind. So instead of creating a new set of variants for the different corner radiuses, I want the corner radius to be variable. How do I do that? Figma. Variants. Corner radius variable. Can we do that? Or do I, yeah, here it is. Apply variable icon. Okay, okay. So let's just select all of the buttons real quick. Wait, these are not the parts that have the radius though. Background is the thing that has the radius. How do I select similar? Again, I'm still learning Figma, so forgive me for needing to look everything up. I find that creating UI is a very different skill set from anything else. I agree, and this is why there are professionals in this field in UI development. And the one that we had for the project that I'm working on for this team was amazing. He came up with some really, really great designs. Unfortunately, we didn't get all of the designs that we needed. We got one static window size and then the layout with no, how do we make this responsive? So I had to make a lot of those decisions, and it's not great. But those are the skills that I'm building up now. There's a plugin for it apparently, and this is specifically in FigJam. I don't want the FigJam. I want for, how do I select similar layers? How do I select all the matching variants? Select objects. Individual layers. Deep select. Next sibling is tab. Multiple layers. Add key. There's got to be a way to select pretty much all of the things called background. So how to select all with same properties? Nope. Because that selects the instances. Dang. The game says, I always struggle with game UI. Yeah, it does seem like, so at least with web development, like you kind of have some, oh, I don't know how to word that. You have something. It's not necessarily guidelines because you still have a wide range of what you can do. It's just, it feels like you have more control over the UI, and being able to tweak it on the fly is a lot easier than what I have seen people experiencing in something like Unity and trying to make UI there. Your screen resolutions and then in-app resolution selections that you need to make all of your content still fit in, and it just seems a bit more complex to do game UI than web development UI. Boop, boop. Thank you so much for the follow, batch file. Yes. Please share with us some codes. I would like to run batch file _.bat, please. Oh, is it on? Is it going? I might need to refresh. Sorry, try again. My bad. My bad. Man, I was testing that and I meant to test it myself. Well, it's not safe to just execute random code. Gosh, I really need to, I want those sounds to be lined up and work every single time. We'll work on that after we revamp the bot, or remake the bot, I guess is the word. I wish there was like a keyboard shortcut similar to Visual Studios for doing the multi-select, but I don't think there is. Anyway, you definitely don't have to type anything or talk or whatever. If you're just here to lurk and hang out, please do. Otherwise, welcome in, and I am happy to hear anything you might want to talk about or say. Little high. Yeah, the scoring for the game would be awesome to tweak. Like the longer the arrow is in the air, the more points you get. That way we're not just doing what I do, which is shoot straight at the target at high velocity. Because things like this would be high skill. If you're able to angle the arrow and shoot the right intensity or draw strength and still hit the target, you've got skills and you should be rewarded for that. Yes! Huzzah! I thought I could huzzah my way into anything. All right. No! Oh, thank goodness you can Control Z to undo deselect. I think the developers of Figma were like, you know, it's probably often that people are trying to select a large amount of items and then just end up accidentally deselecting all of them. So 0080 equals a max of 0? What? Yes. Don't you just love the logic from automated realms? It's got such precision in its responses. Don't question the AI. Trust me, you'll be better off in the end. All right, Big Amy, I'll help you with the math. The highest score was 80. The maximum possible score is 100. So the difference between the highest score and the maximum score is 100 minus 80 equals 20. Therefore, your maximum score for this round was 20. No, that's not how that works. Oh my goodness. Thank you for trying. Oh dear. I will once I make a few changes, which might happen in a few months, I will be spending more time on building up the AI so that it uses RAG, for example, and then it can also do function calls. So if we tell it to do stuff like calculate blah, then I'll have it run the same calculator method essentially that we already have. For the financial management tracker. There really has to be a way to select all of these at the same time. I just know it. Probably would have been better just to duplicate them and create the new variant with the border radius. Okay, so we should be able to turn this into a variable, right? That's what the thing said. Did I close it? No. Okay. In the corner radius panel, you can enter a pixel value or click the apply variable icon on any of the four corner radius fields to apply a number. variable. Is it because I don't have any number variables? Did I just select all of those and have to create a new number variable? Is there a way to save selection? Because that would also be helpful. No, I don't think so. Okay, well, let's see if we can create a variable without breaking anything. Union selection. How can I create a variable from these menus without deselecting? Edit. Object. Is this artificial dumb intelligence? Asking for a friend, it sure is. You better believe it. Libraries? Nope. Nope. I don't think there's a way for me to create a variable while these things are selected. Dag nabbit. Mamma blamma jamma. Wait. Wait for it. Add. Variable collection. But these are color variables. I need a number variable. How did I do that? Any of you guys have, like, you know, numbers? Anyone? Anyone at all? Do you have numbers? Dang it. I think I have to unselect everything. It sucks. Okay. Local variables. Let's add a number variable. And we'll call this border button border radius. And we'll do...
It's over 9,000!
It is over 9,000. We'll do 4 by default. Dukasoft is here. Hello, Dukasoft. I hope it's a fantastic day for you in the forest. I don't know why you're in a forest. But I decided that you are. Okay. Let's try this again. Color swatches, where are you open? You're in the way. I want to select everything that has a background mask name. Give me that, at least. Edit. Select. All with same properties. Nope. Yeah, I knew that that was going to happen because not all of them have same properties. Ooh, that kind of worked. And then if I do this and select all with same properties. Ooh. Then we have them all selected. Good. Why aren't these selected? I'm missing some. Oh, this is making me dizzy. What? Dizzy. So today's been a fun day. I'm going to start talking while I'm scrolling through this. Today's been a fun day so far for me. I am working on integrating. Oh, that's why, because these don't have the background mask at all. Integrating another team's application. Yeah, they're essentially the logic from their application, their backend. They have a Signal R service that runs that pretty much drives their application. And so I am integrating it into our application so that we have the same functionality that their application provides. What's going on? But I just finished interrupting myself. I just finished setting up the Signal R service so that it actually can receive messages from their backend. So I can connect to their Signal R hub and then be able to get messages and then respond to those messages or update our UI using that. However, it's a really weird, to me, way of doing it. They're trying to essentially make their Signal R hub an API backend. And so you send a request. Oh, I got a message from GoodBJ. You send a request that's formatted a specific way, and you say that I want the recipients to be this component. So for us, that would be something like when I send I don't know. When you're loading this page, each section is its own component. And let's say that this is our introduction text component. We'll send a Signal R message to the hub that says the recipient is introduction section and the request is get content, and then it wouldn't return anything. It would receive the request and then do some action on it and then broadcast a request that says here is requested content. The target recipient is introduction component. If you aren't introduction component, don't do anything with it. But if you are listening to the introduction component as the recipient, then here it is. Do stuff with it. I'm like, you could just have an API backend. But I guess if there are multiple, the danger is if their application is actually running on the computer with UI and our application is running, then if I'm listening for device information, for example, and then someone does something in their application that triggers a device refresh, then my application will receive that message and say, that's the channel I was listening on, so I'm going to do stuff with that, even though I shouldn't be, because I'm not the one that requested it. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. And on top of that, I think for each request, it gives us back 3 or 4 messages. So it broadcasts 3 or 4 messages. Like, here's the I received it message. Here is the I'm in progress message. here's the content, and then here's the I completed message. So yeah, 4. And so I'm just not really understanding why. Why? Anyway, that was my thing. That was all I was saying. So I don't know where these are. Where are these? Hello? And a shout out to Irish John Games. So if you don't know Irish John Games, he's working on a game called Rise of Piracy. You can check it out on Steam here at this link. And if you are kind enough, please give it a wish list. You will not regret it. It costs nothing to give a wish list, and it also supports our community. Our community being Irish John Games, Big Game, everyone that we support and hang out with. Such as in Code Red Games. Mooniz, although Mooniz is a application developer like us, like the majority of us. Nice. The eyebrows. Okay, so anyway, how do I... Can you guys, like, not be selected? No. You can't control click to deselect this thing, because you're just going to end up clicking on it. Dang, that is a lot of these. Who else is selected? Every single button in here is. Nope. Yeah, this is not good. This is not helpful. And it kind of, I should have looked at this before, but it does. It does. I can set the variables. Dang it, this might still be worth it. It might be more worth it to... No, there aren't that many buttons left. Okay, I will stop interrupting myself and finish my thoughts. But the thing that I'm trying to do currently is deselect all of these so that I can only have the button components. What are these called? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The variants all selected. And hello, TVD Gamer! I hope you had a great stream this morning. I was lurking again. Haven't been able to listen to your streams yet, but one day, when I'm done with all of my training and my mornings are not as busy as they have been, I will be able to tune in and hear you. All the way. Definitely, if you guys don't know TBD Gamer, check him out. You'll know more about him than me. But one day, I will know more. Thank you so much for the shout out to Dukasoft. You are the best. Just gonna do it this way. This is gonna work better. Okay, now I can deselect. Absolutely. Actually, you know what? Because I don't really get to hear you, let's do an actual shout out clip. See the content that you has. Because I am very interested. Like, I remember you talking about oh dang it. I had the name of the technology in my head. Con.
Are you able to cease thinking on command?
I don't think
No.
you can do that. I think you can turn that off. So now we have GameStack and we go to login.
I can't hear you.
You should see that. The provided redirect UI is not in the list of the allow comment URLs. Localhost. Is not directing to that one, is it?
So yes, I saw web development. I am all for that. Yay. Oh no, client side IDE. I mean client's IDE. Client IDE. Yes. Hydrating all the time. Gotta has my water. Who's still selected? You are. Okay. Are you guys the only ones that are selected? Good. So if I push, supposedly, this button here, and I tell it to use the button border radius variable, I hope that means that when I update it, it updates it for all of them, yeah? So here, as I'm looking at it, I want my default border radius, except that that was only for the background mask, not for the background itself. But wait. I want this to only be for this instance, like this group of instances, I should say. Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. Cotton. So what happens if I change it? It only overwrites this one. I hope so. We're gonna try it out. I'm not gonna do the same selection that I did the first time. I mean the most recent time. I'm just gonna select them one by one. Because I think it was harder to deselect than it was to initially select. Hello, foolish Snabble. Hello in that. Hello. To you as well. How's your day going? Or is it already over? I have no idea what time it is for you. Mid-afternoon? Early evening? Ooh, I just lost hearing in my right ear. Whoa, and I'm dizzy. Pretty happy to have won a digital art contest. Share your art. You know we want to see it. I remember you talking about it on Thindle stream, but I didn't get a chance to actually look at it because I have been spending my stream days doing Security Plus training stuff. So I haven't been able to participate in very many people's stream lately. 4 kilobytes. I mean, kilobytes. Which I count as digital art. Got a YouTube recording. Feel free to share the link. We will take it. All right, let's check it out. Is there music involved? There is music involved. And is it copyright? Or is it royalty free? Okay, not copyright. Well, I will still stay quiet during it just in case this part of the video gets muted. But let me pull up a browser that has sound that you will be able to hear. And make sure that the sound is not too loud at the moment. Let me pause my Muxic. This thingy here, I think, is the sound for the browser. Let's give it a shot. Nice. It reminds me of the of an album cover from FM84. FM84. Yeah, FM84. Except, you know, 3D shaded. You can move through it. It's really nice. Yeah. Or the Midnight. The Midnight. These guys too. They have the same type of feel to them. Who else? I can't think of their name, but the ones that did the soundtrack for the new Blade Runner. Let's see. M83, for example. Yeah. M83. Well, anyway, love all of these. So yes, definitely appreciated that. That sounded really good. I vibe to that all day. But right now, for my stream, we tend to vibe to chill stuff, which I do find that to be pretty chill, but it's a little bit much for being able to talk over, I guess. But anyway, it was really good, by the way. And I take it you did that with your shader language that you are good at, which I have no idea what it's called, which makes it even more impressive. You and you and you and you. Okay, so now all of these are connected to the right border radius variable, which means that if I change the border radius variable value, it will affect all of them. But I don't know how to change the variable value. Like, is the variable value set specifically here? And hello. That was fun. And here's the source. Because he uses shader toy. That's really, really cool stuff. But it's GLSL. Phosphorescent. Wait, just phosphorescent. I don't know where photo came from. Rhymes with nerd. Gunship, I think, is a pretty known synthwave band. But phosphorescent purple, pixel peaks. Easy to say, super easy to say. But yeah, so here's all of the information about different elements. Where's the actual sequencing? That's what I want to know. Yeah, so it's moving. And so I assume that there's something that tells everything how to transform. Which is good for web development in your opinion? Node.js or C# razors? Well, being that we are a Blazor development stream, I would say razor. Definitely, but Node.js is a great option as well. I mean, if you are already used to JavaScript or TypeScript or all of that stuff, then use it. And isn't Node.js more like a... Oh, I don't want to lie to myself, but Node.js is like server? No, it's a JavaScript runtime. So I guess you can do client side with Node.js. No, it's server side. Okay, server side. But yeah, what Fula said, you'll be successful with both. You can be successful with both. But I still, like, I strongly prefer .NET. I love .NET. Social War. Please don't do that on my keyboard. If you're gonna spew. Oh no. In my case, I feel with both. Yeah, I mean, like, starting off, just because I have had so much joy, fun, experience with .NET, I recommend it, period. It's got a great ecosystem. You can do anything you want in it, from game development to web development to application, desktop, mobile, cross-platform, augmented reality, virtual reality. You can do it all with .NET. I'm not saying you can't do that with TypeScript or JavaScript, but it just feels more native to do it with .NET. I prefer C#, but kind of stuck with WordPress for now. I'm sorry, Dukesoft. One day. One day. Okay, I want your guys's corners to be more rounded. I would like for you to be wider. Plaques. Can't change the width of all of them at the same time. That's annoying. That's not actually changing the width. What's your width? 247. Okay. It's a little bit complicated to work with MVC structure and Razor pages. I found it pretty straightforward after I got used to it. So the original thing that I started off with in .NET, well, I guess it wasn't .NET at the time, with web applications was ASP Classic using VB as the scripting language. And that was essentially just one file where you have all of your HTML and then you sprinkle in some Visual Basic into it. Kind of like you do with the majority of web server-side rendered applications. So PHP is similar to it, JSP is similar to it. Then they went ASP Classic, and I think you could still do it with ASP.NET, ASP2, which is ASP.NET. I think you could have still done it in ASP Classic, but you now have these master page, master file, and then you also split up the UI code from the code behind. So you could still have your interspersed VB and or C#, depending on what language you're using. Yeah, PHP is also still powerful, true. But again, being a .NET stream, I only recommend .NET because you can do everything with it. Everything. No. Blazor Hybrid framework. But I think what I was trying to get to is when they introduced MVC, which took you away from this ASP, here's your .cs.html page with all of its stuff. Next to it is this code behind file that handles events, to more of a, I don't know, a structure where you are saying, here's all of my controllers, the things that say, that you tell to do work. And then they're the things that tell the appropriate service or the appropriate code to run. And then they coordinate messages between the front end to your code logic and then back to your front end. And then the models just being all of the things that you use to display information to the user or to store information to send to your code logic, and then the views themselves, which are the UI. So, I mean, MVC is a typical programming pattern for UI applications, and so they just kind of formalized it into a template called MVC. What am I missing? I refuse to learn PHP, says Chickasoft. My first language was PHP. I'm grateful for it, but wouldn't use it today. My first language was C, C++. And I can say them both because the class was both C and C++. I have a problem with the controller part. Nowadays, just think of controllers as pass-through points. Like the thing that the client will communicate to your web application with. And so the only thing that your controllers do anymore, this is a terrible project to show for that. The only thing that your controllers really do anymore is pass on the request to your backend process or return a value to your client that's requesting it. Oh yeah. I guess my first language was BASIC. You're right. And then QBasic. But my first formal language that I was learning as a developer was C and C++. Here's an example of controllers that just pass through. So I have this thing called a transaction entry service. And any request that comes into my controller, my API, and when you think of MVC, your controllers really are just API controllers. They just return HTML content as views. So they're API controllers with the default of returning HTML. But yeah, so I get a request to my API controller and I just forward it on to the actual method, the service that performs that action, and then return my status back to the caller. Okay, I think my first was GFA basic. I don't know what GFA is, but sounds like basic to me. Web like intended. I can't read that. Grump Game Dev streams ASP Classic and VB Script every day. Oh, that sounds fun. Zoltra Lord said, I would say use the best tool for the job you're doing. Unless it's JavaScript, then just use something else. JavaScript is not terrible. I know I talk like it a lot of times where I just want to avoid it because there are better programming languages for me to use for my projects. But if you're well versed in it, especially if you use TypeScript and frameworks that make it even more robust, then go for it. What is this website you're trying to build? URL. So Dukasoft posted the project page. It's on GitHub. It's open source. It's currently completed. I'm not actually trying to develop a product that I want people to use. I am just doing this as a stream side project and trying to do it in a professional way as if we were doing it for a client. But it's not a real project. The bot that we do on Fridays will be a real project, open source, that maybe will be usable by multiple people in the future. In uni, the first language we learned was SAML. Wait, SML or SAML? Because I don't know what SML is. Simple markup language is what I would guess. My first language was assembly as an electrical engineer. That makes sense. Saturday Night Live, obviously. Not SNL. And Hythindle. C and C++, Pascal, COBOL, JCL. My order was C, C++, OCaml because I had to take some elective course that was outside of my specific focus, which my focus at University for Computer Science was databases. And so I did one operating systems class, and so I learned a little bit of OCaml. I failed at it, but anyway, it was hard for me. Java, and then outside of university, I didn't learn a single bit of .NET in university, but I did VB6 and then all of the .NET, VB.NET. I did some F#, but not much, and then C#. And all of the templates, all of the frameworks, all of it from that point on. And I stuck with .NET. Did you put this project on a server? Yeah, so it's on that GitHub page. Well, there are many lions out there. There is only one lion. True. The mother of all languages is assembly. Yeah, everything boils down to assembly. Well, I can't say everything boils down to assembly. Many, many, many things boil down to assembly. Can you talk about how you plan to architect the Blazor chatbot? No, I can't. But we can talk about it on Friday. So right now, it is terribly architected. And so when we re-architect it, we're going to have my normal approach, which is having all of my shared code that would be agnostic of what kind of application layer you put on top of it. So we'll have all of our backend services, we'll have our client-side services, our models that are shared between all of them, pretty much this right here. So the same project structure. And we actually talked about that in detail on Monday, now that I think about it, or on Friday, last Friday. So once that video is done processing on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. It's Monday today. I know, sir. Forgive me for saying the wrong thing or point it out every single time and make me feel like a jerk for saying the wrong thing. I'm kidding. Or am I? But yeah, so Friday we definitely talked about that was the thing that I wanted to tackle first. What is the architecture we're using? And Mojo was on the call on voice chat. And so we talked about the difference between your file structure and your solution structure. You're mostly a jerk for reminding me that it's Monday. Have you built a web page and put it online before? A couple times. I mean, I may be a little bit used to that now. Lambda calculus. Yes, Lambda. Oh my goodness. Lambda calculus is the father of all languages. I did some of that. Like, I learned Bull and Fitch in the same semester that I was learning Lambda calculus. And what's the database one? Tuple calculus. Ugh. It's terrible. SML is standard ML, which is basically F# but defined in the 1970s. Got it. Yeah, I love to diagram it out. I do have I didn't publish it anywhere, but I do have my diagram for the financial management tracker, which is pretty much the same thing that I would use for just about any application. The difference is that I am relying heavily on Signal R with the bot, and we're not even using Signal R at all in the financial management tracker. Lambda calculus was defined in the 1930s when they were still thinking about what is computability. Gödel was unimpressed. This is a very thorough attempt, as in thoroughly wrong. But yeah, so here's my typical solution architecture for Blazor applications, which is going to change now that we have .NET 8. I haven't actually thought about what that looks like because I haven't really created a new .NET 8 project yet, not in a serious way to replace anything. But my two Blazor flavors were the applications. And then both of them used my shared server logic, which again, this whole entire shared libraries section is agnostic of what I put on top of it as the front end application or the main application type, whether that's Blazor, WebAssembly, Blazor Server, WPF, UWP, Maui, everything. So these could be replaced by any of those, but all of the, love this font, all of the core logic will remain the same. That's in its own library. That's what this is supposed to be, core logic. The UI is in its own library because it's all done in Blazor, and that's how it will be for the bot as well. And then again, the application layer on top of it. Any database work will be accessed by the server, the shared server project only. And then this shared server project is essentially the controller. It goes to, no, it isn't. The API is the controller, really. But yeah, this is just my normal project structure. Solution structure is what I said. All right, trying to keep up with chat. I am lagging behind. At the same time, I think you might be the unjerkiest person I know. Hello says, how much the average salary for people who work with you, C# developers in general? Yeah, it depends location to location. If you go to something like Glassdoor, then you can look for terms like, really, you can't search anymore without being logged in. Salaries. Can't search anymore without being logged in. If you go to something like I don't know, software engineer salaries, and then if you just look specifically in the US or Colorado, it's anywhere between 65K and 180K, but that's just the title software engineer. Then you start looking for things like software developer, which have a different range, 94 to 130. You got senior application developer, senior software developer, senior consultant, a whole bunch of different words that pretty much mean you write code for a living. So, yeah. But you don't just look at the salary that they make, because it's really the salary compared to the living cost of living in whatever area. So to someone in a lower cost of living area, 180K might be like, oh my gosh, I'd be rich in like 2 days. But for someone living in a higher cost of living, it's like, that's just passing by. I mean, I guess not really 180K. It'd be more like 120K would be just enough to have a house and pay for your groceries. In some areas. I guess 180K in California might be middle of the road. Then Church challenged Goodell to define computability. Goodell did, and Church proved it was equivalent to lambda calculus. Goodell then said he probably messed up then. Thank you for the history lesson, Fula. I mean, Schnabel. I guess most people call you Schnabel, don't they? At least Thindle does. Thindle said the original computers were mostly entirely one of those ladies who got slips of paper with advanced mathy stuff on them from men in white coats who couldn't be arsed to do math. So they computed the stuff on the paper, aka did the math, returned it to the men in white coats. Because we can trust, these comments are not needed, man. Thank you for the history lesson, though. It was only after the Turing machine was created, and that too was proven equal to lambda calculus, that they kind of thought, okay, maybe we got something. That is how it was described to me. I wasn't there, obviously. It kind of sounds like you were there. I'm going to skip over those. Keeping up with chat is impossible. It was a computer. Money. Hello, Crap Team. Welcome in. Another popular thing was to buy mathematics from poor mathematicians. So Fourier transform, or probably Fourier, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to pronounce it. Were not invented by Fourier. Hidden Numbers is a great movie. I don't know it, but maybe I'll write it down. To stream. And no, it was not a challenge for you to try to keep me from catching up to chat. Whenever I say things like that, it's really not a challenge. I promise. Major contribution to astronomy was done by Henrietta. I can't remember her last name. Yeah, I don't know why we really need to point out these extra tidbits, but that's fine. So I just say, oh, that's hard to read. It is a good story. It is a good story. Okay, so that's enough of chat for me for now. I am caught up. I didn't read off everything, but if you're interested in that conversation, feel free to read that. I don't feel a need to. So what are we trying to do with this application? Like I said, I'm trying to redesign the UI for it. And so there's a few things that I'm just not liking. This is not going to be the landing page. I'm going to say that again. This is just showing me the contrast between my background that I'm picking as my default background, which I think is this color. My section dividers, which are going to be alternate sections. So one section will be a shaded background that makes the background darker. Another section will be maybe purple. I'm not liking this purple for the application, even though I love these colors. They're my favorite colors. Actually, not my favorite colors. They are my favorite colors for web development. It's so weird because my favorite color is teal. Is this UI designer based on Bootstrap? No, actually. The designs that I make aren't using any frameworks, really. I know I probably should. I would benefit from them because I am not a designer myself and I don't have great skills. And that's what what's it called? That's what frameworks are for, to help out people like me that aren't really good at design, use industry standard designs to just kind of piece together components and make it look good. But I don't know. I've just struggled a lot with CSS frameworks previously. And because I hadn't actually bothered to change that, or not change that to, gosh, what is the word I'm looking for? I am trying to say I have not gone back to using frameworks. I'm just not comfortable doing it. That didn't make sense at all. I just don't use frameworks anymore. I'm sure they would be good if I used them again. But I still prefer making everything homebrew. There. I think that's what was bothering me. The cards were too rounded. The buttons weren't rounded enough. And that looks a little better to me. So if I'm going to have a section that has cards with learn more buttons and stuff, then this is the style that I would want to make it. Here's some text. So I said that I wanted a couple of things that would look like what links might look like in line. So let's just say that we made this into a link, and my link color would probably be, do I actually have a style for link color? Link color. Yes, I do. Ooh, that's a little dark. So there you go. I need to pick a link color that shows up well on that background and whatever other background I could think of. So let's go edit our link color styles. I mean, if we're sticking with this theme, then maybe I should just use use these. Yeah. Okay. We got to pick a number poll for Thindle. So anyone that wants to vote, there is a poll going on because Thindle would like us to choose a number between 1 and 3 inclusive. Hello, streamer. What is this poll about? I have no idea. Thindle is just asking for a number between 1 and 3. And Dukasoft picked 42. There is a hidden poll value, 42. Voted before I knew what it meant. Just saying. Me and Duke are the only ones who know what it means. When is the Logarithm Appreciation Day? The best innovation in math ever. The Logarithm Appreciation Day is the day that I use a Bezier curve for the archery game animation. Shoot. Oh, too high. Yes. Whoa, sound. Yes, the archery game now has sound. Not great sound, but it's sound. Although this sound is probably the best sound. Oh, Dukasoft. Aw. See, it only plays it on the first shot. It's so weird. Okay. So what do we... Oh, I still need to add links down here. Dang it. I needed to create a section down here. Or... Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. No, no. Where's my primary text? Text light. Scott, are you speaking English? One line, does this what you're doing? Make the CSS and HTML. Oh, okay. Does this what you're doing make the CSS and HTML? So there is this thing called dev mode for the completed components. Oh my gosh. Just apparently I can't use dev mode. But that plus prototyping, I think. And generate CSS and HTML, but I don't use this for that. Not at all. I only use this for a visual design, and then I do all of the HTML and CSS myself. Scott is Danish. It's not his fault. Yes, it is. Okay. Still, Applications, contact us, help and support. So yeah, the types of links, or maybe like, again, this is just rough thrown up here so I can see what it looks like. I will have some links like contact us, definitely. I will have another link like about. And then I don't know what other links to have on here, so I'm trying to use their stuff. Maybe privacy, even though I don't have anything privacy related. This is all going to be local on your machine if you choose to download this and clone it, is what I said. Sitemap would be a good one. Site. What else? I'm not sure if you're a real Dane. How many letters are there in Danish AE? Man. Correct. All right, so I am what? I'm framing these, I'm grouping these as site links. And then we'll also do one for socials. Socials. And of course, we're going to cheat and get all of our social SVGs from somewhere else entirely. Social media. What is sizes? Creates frame for social media sizes. I don't know what that means. I just want an icon library for the social medias. Yeah, like this, for example. So for our social medias, we're going to has. Oh, that should be fine. That was good. We're going to has the book face. Although Meta now has a different logo. Guys, do you have Meta? Updated Meta? No? What is this? Instagram? I don't know these. They don't have the updated logos, so I don't know if I want to use you guys. Meta. Twitter X. No. I don't want to use you if you don't have the updated stuff. So let's do, what do we got? We has a book face. Is there a capital B in Facebook? I said Meta. Meta. Well, it's still called Facebook though, isn't it? It's not capital. So the application is still called Facebook. X. And I will put Twitter in parentheses. What else do I have? I have LinkedIn. I have GitHub. Duh. That one's important. Jeez. Exception. So called two. I don't know what else. I'm just going with this because again, we're just trying to preview what these things look like. Logos. I still need more. I still need logos. So the way that I'm going to get them, because I don't want to have to try to find a plugin I wanted to stay in Figma for this, but it's easier if we use something like Iconify. And icons. And social media. Brand social. And let's go with, I like dev icons. I'm not seeing my favorite one on here though. Let's go with dev icons. Facebook. Copy to clipboard. Here's our book face. Put them down here. Although I would prefer one that doesn't have any coloring at all. Are any of you uncolored? You look uncolored. Great, because it's uncolored. I don't need anything official. This is just mocking and sketching. But thank you for the resource. I appreciate it. LinkedIn. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Excuse me. Go away. Copy to clipboard. Pasta. Arigato. Arigato. Wait. Bum. 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 GitHub. Wait, GitHub looks like this. Impasta. White. And what am I what am I missing? My brain is starting to just not want to anymore. You got LinkedIn. Oh, X. Oh dear. Another one that doesn't have the updated Twitter. Whatever. I don't want to have to find it. Weeder. Okay. So now each of you, actually, you know what? Come over here. Because I want each of you to be your own, your own grouping. Oh man. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. It's sucking my will to live. It certainly does suck. Yeah, but is there just an SVG that I can copy pasta? Because again, I don't need this to be 100% correct. This is a mock-up. It's not my actual design yet. It would be nice to already have it though. And the reason that I'm duplicating, just so you know, the previous thing is so that I can have even spacing between the icon and the text because lazy. Although I don't think I actually copied the entire frame for that. Whatever. Oops. Help. LinkedIn, I think. Okay, so who did I mess up on? You. Tweeter. Can you go back into this so that I can actually copy? Whatever, that works. That should work. Oh no. Oh, I'm sucking at this. I have an idea. Let's use Scott's link. Where's the big download link? Right here. What do you download as? An entire zip, because you can't just be the SVG by itself. Copy. Nope, I have to extract. Okay. You. Okay, that should be good enough. Paste to replace. Why are you being so mean to me? Path book. Yay! Yes, it does feel good having the right one there. Is this a website or a program? It is a web application. Does that answer your question? I hope so. Oh, this. Sorry. This is Figma Desktop. So I did download the desktop version of Figma, and I'm using that. I misunderstood. I am doing a terrible job of understanding. We got site links. What even is this? That goes away. I named these wrong. Site links. No, it is definitely not your fault. It is absolutely me. Just totally messing up everywhere. Period? No. I don't know where this is. I don't know what that was, but it's gone now. Okay, So as you can tell, I am a terrible designer. I don't exactly know the best way to present this section, especially when my normal this thing, I guess I do have a second version of this where it's underneath. Yeah, let's just see what this looks like instead. Why can't I click on it? Okay, something like that. You don't like that either? All right, I'll get rid of it. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. It's even worse. Like, again, is this a situation where the I put Twitch is one where the actual name of the application is still Twitter? And the name of the application definitely changed to X. I don't know. That's spending way too much work on this. And it's like, this doesn't even matter. We're not even doing this for real. Excuse me. I need to line up the textuses, please. And what I should be doing is using my tools the way that I was thinking I was going to use them. So within Twitter logos, site links, within these things, I can use auto layout. And that way I can be sure that no matter what I do to them, they will be the same distance apart and look the same. Yeah? Yes. Okay. Okay. I think it's kind of funny how if you navigate to x.co/username, you get redirected. It's not the canonical URL. I keep reading at XCOM. Maybe that's why. Okay. What does your footer look like? Yeah, so there are just these columns. It's centered. There's this padding on the left and the right. They have this nice gap in between them. We have the cookies things, terms and conditions thing, language selector, which we don't really have languages. Even though I am developing in a way where you could localize things and then get the localized version. So what I'll do then is I will take the footer aside from the logo. Actually, you know what? I am going to, not logo, copyright. I'm going to put you above this. This is the background. I need to name you. Okay, then we're going to set this to auto layout as well. Center it. Yeah, I don't like. Ooh. Can I? Since we're using auto layout, I don't think that I can do the thing that I want, which is to make the gap between these two smaller than the gap between the logo and the first set of links. So I don't think that's going to work the way that I want. Okay, so instead I will make you auto layout. No, just no. Not now. Not ever. I want these to be moved over. I want you to be over her. Around here. And again, I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this when this is really just supposed to show me what it would look like if we have a footer that has links in it. And what does the font color look like here? That's all I want to look at. Why am I trying to actually design this thing? This is terrible. Make him stop. Well, tech. Dukasoft says, I bought Dukasoft.net. No idea what I need it for, though. I have only automatedrealms.com. I also have Bedukudi, I think. Bedukudi.com. Bedukudi. Nanner Fluid, Rogue, Hull, MD3, Win. So says you, Bootstrap Man. Dukasoft. I have more domains than I should. Probably not that many. For example, ericjohansson.tech, for example. Well, tech. Okay, good enough for now. I see what the logo would look like on this background, on this color scheme. If I made the footer that color, this is what it would look like. I just don't like the placement of this. And just go over there. Just go there. That's fine. I just need more content. So the whole point of this was, what do we think about the colors in general? I need another hero. What do we think about the colors in general compared to each other? This is my default background color down here. This is my alternate section color, this purple, as well as my button color. And then this is my darker background color for my primary sections or my odd sections. Skip the dark one. So you don't like this one? Which one are you? Well, okay. So here's the deal. When you're on the landing page, you will not see the normal background color. You'll see this darker background and this purple in striped sections, I think. Hey, there was a shout out for That Game Me by Stream Elements. Thank you so much for that, Stream Elements. You're so helpful. This was just showing me my current default background color. I guess, yeah. So maybe that's what I really want to look at. Do we like wait a minute. Why? Section, right? Yeah, this is the on the plate section. Good. I did that right. Where's my other section though? How is this darker than this? When there's nothing there. Am I seeing things? Nani? My goodness. That's the same shade of dark as the dark that's down here. You're seeing mine. He's such a baby. We're staring into the abyss. A longing for release from the torment. Anyway, so there you go. That's the same shade of dark on both sides. Still doesn't look it. How is that even possible? It still does not. Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, our eyes are dumb, man. Okay. So in general, the color scheme is good. Links being this kind of pink color is okay too. I would assume a visited link will be a different color as well. So let's use this one down here as the visited link color. Or link hover color. Still needs to be something within our color palette, but why is this so hard for me to do right now? Something. I stopped doing visited link colors. Yeah, I would too, but I don't know. I mean, they're there for a reason, and I keep getting my hand slapped when I, by myself, of course, when I change default things, like the size of H1s. I don't know. It's weird. I think they're backwards, actually. Let's make you purple 5. Make you purple 6. Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out. That one's tough for me. Our link colors aren't quite right to me. So once we actually start sketching out the landing page, then we will decide on link colors. Like, we know we're going to have white link colors for the footer. That's normal. That's typical. I remember when removing the text decoration on links was all the rage. Yeah, and now it's like we need to have it there for visual identification that it's a link. And now you overline and underline. It's funny. Little colors in the footer don't count because they're essentially buttons instead. So let's run with this as our colors. Here's our color scheme. So we're going to bring you with us too. And let's go to our designs. So pasta you in there, you down here. And then we'll just have a big old text field right here. It says redesign. Make it super duper massive, like 124. That's not super duper massive. Super duper massive is like 180. There we go. Okay. Or just 1000. So for our redesign, we have our palette, we have our just comparing colors and stuff. Let's design the landing page. And we're going to take our time doing this one as well, making sure we get this absolutely right. All the right logos, all of the right structure, the right hero, if we're going to use a hero section even. So the first thing that we need is the main page background. Oh, there's no social in my app background. And we're going to put this in a section, which we're going to frame and then convert to section. Is that how that works? Yeah. Landing page. Okay. All right, so we got this. And the reason that I have only the landing page in this is because we are going to make our responsive design versions of this. So we'll create our main landing page on 16 by 9. We'll create our main landing page on 4x3, 16 by 9. And did I actually do a 1-to-1? I think I deleted the 1-to-1 on accident. Oops. But we got mobile small and we got mobile not small. Okay. So for real design, we have a client that wants their application redesigned in a way that makes it look amazing, makes people want to use it. And we need to be super duper professional. And yeah. So that's where we're going to start next time. Because I am out of time and I need to get back to work. So on Wednesday, we will do the actual main landing page design. We'll go back to Dribble and start looking through the boards that we have already, the board essentially that we have already put together for ideas on what it should look like. And I don't like the current hero content section, other content section footer. I'm starting to like these more full page backgrounds. And then as you scroll, you get some parallax stuff. You might get a little bit of animations, but we also need to make sure that when we do any animations that we might add, that it still looks good when animations are turned off, because there are people that have the reduced motion setting that turn off animations or whatever else. So we're going to do all of that. and more in the next video. For now, we're gonna head out and say hello to some friends, many friends. I don't know. It's just getting really easy to. Well, let's go see another. Man, I do not feel comfortable doing that. Jeez, man. I don't know what to do. I'm really, really bad at this, in case you guys didn't know. So many people that I support and love to follow, but most of them are game devs, and there are very few .NET developers, application developers that I'm watching, because I'm doing it all day. I want to be around people that are doing something different than me, apparently. And so those people are usually game devs, but at least it's Unity and C#. So if you feel like sticking around, we're going to raid over to one of my good friends, Simple Game Dev. You should definitely check out Artificial on Steam. Artificial? Artificial. That's what I said. Artificial on Steam. It is a Portal and Half-Life inspired physics-based puzzler. So the graphics and stuff are kind of Portal and Half-Life looking, but I think they look amazing. Especially with that nice glow to everything, very, very neon type. Anyway, check him out. We're heading over to his channel to say hi to him. He's still at his loading screen, so there's still 10 minutes before his stream starts. So if you want to raid over and then, you know, get your points for raiding. I'm trying to figure out how to do any of this stuff. Then cool. Otherwise, anyway, the project is up on GitHub, and feel free to join me on Discord. Join us on Discord. And I post these videos to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. Thanks for being here, Deflux. Either lurking or just coming in at the last minute. Still good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's a good day. I am getting back to work. Ciao for now. Juice.